Hi everybody, welcome to Anya Taylor-Joy's portrait in graphite, second portrait in graphite that I've attempted. I'm just going to quite quickly go through with you how I actually got this on the paper, how I mapped it out. It's a different method I haven't tried before. I don't even know what it's called. It's just like a measuring out. I'll show you. But it really works very, very well. And it's very accurate indeed, and very simple to do. Anyway, I'll show you. If you try it, let me know, and let me know how you get on with it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what method works for you best. I've tried a few different methods now. I've tried just drawing freehand, just copying it from the screen. That's okay, and it's good practice for life drawing. I haven't tried life drawing yet. That's the thing. Looking forward to doing that. Tracing on, trace down paper. I've tried that. That's really good. That's pretty quick. There are a few pitfalls with that though. You have to be a bit careful of. But I've made a video about that. Put a link so you can go and check it out if you want to. Just to, just hope it helps you really. Anyway. Let me know if you try this method. I'd love to know. Okay, let's get cracking. And I'm surprised I do like it because I'm not technically minded at all. But it just made sense to me to do it this way. This way, you don't get any of that problem. And it just, I like it. I like this way. Anyway, what I did was I just want to show you quickly is, this is the paper that I've used. It's this one, Faber-Castell Mixed Media, and it's like card. It's very, very thick. It's good quality though, and I've used the back of the paper because it's a little bit smoother. It's worked out pretty well. And what I've done before going ahead is I did a tracing of my picture. So I've got it traced on, and that's for checking things later on. So I can actually check whether I've got everything in the right place after I've drawn it. As I'm drawing it, I'll use this to continue to check that it's all on track. So that's quite useful. Now with this method, it is a bit more technical than I'm used to, but it just made sense to me to do it like this, and I've quite liked it. But it has to be accurate. You have to put this on really accurate. So this has to totally line up with the bottom of your paper. And if you want to measure where her jacket starts, it's just 1 centimetre in. Now this is my line. This line is the edge of the paper. And I've measured 1 centimetre in, and that's where her jacket's going to start. So kind of go like that. Now when you've got a straight ruler on your picture, is that make it very much easier to get angles, very much easier. So that's the top of her jacket there. I've already measured that, and you can just kind of draw it on much easier. If you've got something straight underneath, it really helps to get those angles, and it is all about drawing angles the whole time. So yeah, this is the spot here. That's there. So I measured that would be, it's just under 5 centimetres. So I've counted in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's just under there. It's a little bit lower there. There it is. So that's that spot there, and that's going to be lining up with her chin. Now, if you really want to be, you would get that spot on her chin there. You would measure that and see that's 4.5. and a couple of millimetres there. But I can just draw that in, I think. Kind of guess it a bit, really. It's not vital, that bit there. A jacket isn't vital. What is vital is all of her features. They can't even be 1 millimetre out. 1 millimetre on a picture this size, because it's only a small picture. 1 millimetre, if her lips are out 1 millimetre up or down, it's not going to look right. It's not going to look like her. So it is quite crucial. So I'm just measuring across that way for now, but you can actually turn the whole thing around and measure this way, you know, so coming down like that if you want to as well, to double check everything. Okay, so now as you go, now you can see that it's just about a centimetre across there. So that's my line there, and I've actually left the ruler on while drawing that line there in the chin, because it really helps. It really helps get the angle, and that is it's quite a difficult thing to get right, I've found, to get chins just right. It isn't easy, but this way I think it is. It's pretty good. And you know, you're not trying to put too many curves in at this point. This here, see, it's see that angle coming up here, it's really, really close to that straight line of the ruler. So it really helps you just really keep it really close. When you're doing it freehand, you think, oh yeah, I think I know that was what's doing there. But you might be more inclined to make it too straight or go up there. And then, you know, just kind of go up here and completely get off track. So this mark here, where it comes just there, you know, where, I'll just mark it there, you might be able to see it, I don't know. That is, to me, that's 6.5, and I would say we'll go for 8 millimeters. So that's 6 and 8 millimeters. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 8 millimeters. That's that mark there. So that's where her jumper is going to start. So you can just join these up here. You just join up lines. Now I'd be inclined to go lower there, you see. But things like this, they have to be dead on, you know, somebody's chin. Now you can get this here, right there, and you can see that her jumper is coming up that angle. Makes it much easier to see the angle. And this bit here, I've already measured all this out. So I went across here, 8.5 centimetres, and I counted from this line, because it's the same as the edge of the paper. I've counted across here 8.5 centimetres. And I've put that mark there. So you can just kind of draw that in there. So what I want to do now is, now I've shown you how to do this, how it works, I'm going to draw it. I'm going to carry on drawing it. But when I came to do the eyes, you know, if you mark in the eyes, mark them in at the right spot, you see that is quite straight there, the bottom of her eye. And it's 1 centimetre, just over, it's 1 centimetre because it's slightly in here. And that angle is there, like that. And then across here, like that. It's not, you know, you've got to be watching things like this. These tiny little angles going across. You're looking for this shape here, like that. You can even mark where pupil comes in. You can measure it, and then measure it on here. And get it just right. What I've done there is I've marked the top of her eye there. So here is going to be, I've got to get right over the top of it to measure this properly. This mark here is a crease on her eye. It's that mark there, which you can hardly see. And the eyeliner is quite thick. So her eyeline the top of her eyeline is just about here. Just about here, really. Just like that. The crease of her eye is just a little bit above. So just things like that, it really gives you a good feel for. You can see that's slightly down. This is just an HB pencil I'm using here. So down and then kind of coming in. It's quite near the edge there, so we just go like that. And checking the shape there. If you wanted to, you could even mark exactly where the highlight is on her eye. But I'll draw it all on, and I'll draw those in. What I tend to do is I just draw around them. So once I've got all this on and I'm happy with all that, I would then put the mark in. It's quite close. It's quite close to this. And you know, and I'll just draw a little circle like that. And then this mark here, that's all marked out ready. I'm looking at the angle here. It's coming in very, very slightly. It's not straight up. It's really slight, but I've marked her hair. That's where her hair starts. Just there, that's that mark there. And I know that it needs to just come slightly in. That needs to come up a bit. It's coming in a bit too much there. And then very, very slightly in. And the hair comes out there, just a bit. And up, you know, it's not much hair there really. So yeah, that's it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my board up and start drawing it on. Just completing the drawing with all my measurements there. I'll just draw it now and just use those all as a guide, but I'm just going to get a bit more loose with the hair and stuff like that. And we'll get on with the drawing. Okay, see you in a minute.